Hey, welcome to Cleve's Backyard Woodworking. I'm David. In this how-to tutorial video, I'm going to show how I make a wood sign with a compact router and some bits. Plus, I'm going to try an experiment. So if you're new here, give this video a thumbs up, like, and click on the subscribe button, as well as notification bell to know when new videos are posted. Thanks, and let's get started. Alright, so your first step is going to want to know what type of wood you'll be using and the size of your layout. So right here I have these glued up and laminated together. Just need to cut it to final dimensions and then do a quick sanding. So let me unclamp these real quick. Alright, so for my layout that I wanted, I want to make it about 12 long. Make sure I have some room to cut off. 12 by 9 3/4. But I'm going to put a profile around the edge, so I want to leave some room for that. So I probably need about 8.5 wide on the layout, 8.5, and then inside 12. Let's see, probably 11. I'll try that, 8.5 by 11. So let's cut this to final dimensions, sand it, and then get onto the layout. So before cutting, you want the safety gear. You got hearing protection, eye protection, and dust mask. So get that on, and we're going to cut this down to our size. Alright, so we have it all sanded smooth. Now you want to look at your board to see how the knots are. Thinking of your design, which will probably be in this little area with a little border, the profile. I'm going to put maybe a round over or something. Not quite sure yet. So I think these knots, I may have to put in some CA glue just to fill in some of the gaps. So I'm going to finish prepping up the board. I'm going to come back and do the edge profile, and we'll go on to the layout. Alright, so everything is sanded down. I put in these guidelines so I can fit my pattern inside here, and now I'm going to do the profile edge. So I have this little kit here. I got it from Harbor Freight. You can find similar ones on Amazon as well. So for this one I think I'm going to do a 45 degree chamfer bit. So it's going to go around the edge. And for the back side, I'm going to leave it. Just leave it how it is, maybe do some sanding on it. Alright, so let's get this into the router. This is the compact router, Makita RT0701C. Alright, so you want to push that in all the way and pull it out just a little. Tighten that up. Alright, and I have this acrylic base plate. It's made from makeawoodsign.com. I'll leave a link in the description. I also have a link to it on Amazon. So if you guys would like to buy one of these, they have different models. So if you have a different compact router, they may have it for you. So you can always check out their website. Also, if you would like, you can make it yourself. Let's get that on here. And then how much do we want to go deep? Probably do 2 passes. So let's bring it down more. Try it right here for right now. Lock that in. Let's get our safety gear on. Alright, so now the 45-degree chamfer is done. You can go ahead and maybe sand it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer of the image. If you'd like to see how I do that, I have a video. It's the peacock bass fish video I made. You can check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll have it pop up right here right now. So go check that out. Alright, let me get it put on here and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the layout. It's a coffee cup with some words. So I use this freezer paper, C. Jenkins. I'll leave a link in the description below. So it's in reverse. So you want to flip it over, line it up with your markings. Try not to smudge it or smear it. Alright, let's tape it down. You want to take something flat to smooth out and push in the ink onto the wood. Take a peek, see how it's looking. Sure you get a good outline of it. Alright, that looks good to me. Alright, now that we have our image laid out on the wood, let's see what bits we're going to use. And the ones that I use, I usually have these 5 or 6 bits that work really well. We have the profile bit. This is a makeawoodsign.com specialty. It's great for thin areas and also outlining letters. So if I were to have these letters stick out, I would use the profile bit and outline it around it. Usually taking it in 2 passes depending how deep you want to go. But I think for these, for everything on here, I'm going to do it inset, where I carve in inside. So that's the profile bit. Okay, next there's a SC50. It's made by Whiteside. This has one cutting flute, but has a nice point and get into some very tight areas, thin areas. Like this would work pretty good for those. It's good for real thin detail. Although it only has the one cutting flute edge, the profile has 2, so it makes cutting a bit easier, but it's just not as thin. Okay. Next we have a 15-degree V-groove, kind of similar to the profile bit, but has a flat tip. So when you carve, it leaves a flat bottom, and this is really great for outlining small letters, as well as give that flat bottom cut. Alright, and this one is by Amana Tools. This next one is also by Amana Tool, and it's a spiral upcut bit. This is really great for removing bulk background and having flat cuts. If you'd like to have this hot steam stick out above the wood, you can really use this to flatten the background real good. I don't believe I'll use it on this one. And the last one, it's kind of a specialty double-sided bit. You can't get these separate, single and it's a 90 degree and a 60 degree V groove. And I like to use the 60 degree more for bigger letters, the inset carving or background texture, and the 90 degree bit I mostly use it for background texture. So again, if you want to do different kind of textures, you can make lines and maybe some dimples. These bits are good for that. Alright, so I hope that was helpful, not too confusing. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments below. Alright, a few other things that are great and helpful are some bristle brushes, like a toothbrush or a nylon brush. And also I have this scrubbing brush here, so when you're carving you can brush away all the sawdust. And you might have noticed that I didn't put any sanding sealer or wood conditioner yet, but I will later before paint and stain, as it helps on soft wood like this pine to limit the paint from bleeding in the wood grain. Okay, so that's it for this part 1 video. We have our wood ready, images laid out. We know what bits we have here to use, and so we'll be ready for the next video to do the carving. Alright, so stay tuned for that one. If you found this video helpful, would love it if you would click that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell to know when the next video is released. Also share, leave a comment, check out the links below in the description of what you need to make a router card wood sign. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.